What's up, you guys? Jordan here, man. All in audio and in the building, man. At least one half. Shout out to my boy Trent. You know, we gonna get some more content soon. Let me get this mic a little closer so y'all can hear me. But yeah, man. I'm back in town. I just got back from Houston, Texas. Dreamcon 2026 is in the books, man. 3-day weekend. I was there. Me and my brother was there for the whole weekend, and I'm gonna drop this on you so you know. You guys can see how it went. It was my first time going.
That's my only expectation. Now I'm about to smash on the show all the stage. Drowning in my doubts and now I'm surfing on creation. Awakened architect arranging new foundation. Same kid, different mind, upgraded iteration. Master the premise that faith brings salvation. Maybe I'll be praised like Barack, acting like Jamie Foxx, and speaker like Malcolm X. That's what I like that. Care about the time on the clock. I know it's my mind, and now I'm about to turn and give it all that I got. Cause I know we just want to live life simply. The sound we create makes symphonies. They stay insane, crazy. They don't believe in we, but I know that we got somewhere to go.
I'm just gonna start off with had a great time, wonderful time. Shout out to RDC for creating a space. Never in my life or in my younger life would I thought the anime culture, anime community would have got to a place like this. And what I mean by that is, I started watching anime probably on first, second grade. I had a friend named Robert Sirleaf, shout out to Robert, who introduced me to Full Metal Alchemist. And before that, like I had seen Dragon Ball Z, like, you know, I'm little, so like I had seen Dragon Ball Z and like a couple things on Toonami, but didn't really know what I was looking at. But that was the first person that really introduced me to anime. And so he put me on a Full Metal Alchemist, showed me like this Full Metal Alchemist game I think he had on PS2. I think he was playing PlayStation 2 at the time. And ever since then I was hooked. But like growing up where I grew up and then like moving around, I was in a military background. I moved around and like I'll always find like friends here and there that will like anime, but like never like, it was never like my main friend groups that would ever really talk about it until like I got older, probably like college, like even in high school, my main friend group, we didn't talk about anime like that. And just seeing where the community's at now, so many Black creators just in all different spaces, corporate space, sports, this, that, and the other, just all different types of people like coming in there and just like having a good time together. Man, it was a beautiful thing to watch. So, man, we about to dive into Dreamcon. There was so much going on. That's why it's so hard to like just know where to start. I was telling my friend about my trip, and I couldn't really describe it better than like it was like going to like a summer camp. Not even adults, just a summer camp, like feeling like I was at a summer camp. And it's like you go in there, no rules. There's just a bunch of stuff to do. Everybody's just walking around. Like we literally walking around from like a one event to a panel, and midway there, somebody's got this board up with like all the top 50 like anime shows. They changed it to like hip hop artists, and then somebody had a board up with like characters that should be forgiven and characters that are beyond like forgiveness. And so we sat there for like the next 50, like we midway through, we just stopped and was like, bro, y'all tripping, like why is he over here? And like we just stopping and starting, like there's no rules, like you just walking around having a good time, just vibing, man. So that was the dopest part. We played laser tag. We tried out the new Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3 game. I haven't played a Dragon Ball game in I don't know how many years. Like last time I've even owned a Dragon Ball Z game, it was like Budokai. But like, so like I hadn't even played Sparkling Zero. So like that was fun. That kind of like got me thinking like, man, dang, I might need to get back into Dragon Ball Z games. the McDonald's like area. McDonald's, shout out to McDonald's. They actually sponsored the event. You know what I'm saying? Like I know we all like, nobody eats McDonald's no more, but I mean they was giving out free food. So they had an event where you could do a cooking demo, and then like they advertising these chicken strips, but they would give you like healthy stuff to go with it, like rice, tomatoes, cucumbers, some sauces and stuff. And so we in there mixing it up. That was good. That was some free food. Kind of kept the hunger off of us. So we had some time before we needed to go eat again because they did that. We had these panels where everybody was getting into these anime debates, hot takes.
What? No! Bruh. Bruh, who did this?
We had another panel where it was all like wholesome takes, but it still turned into toxic takes anyway. But we was having a good time, man. Just going over some of the things that I think too, I wish I would have known going into the weekend, because this was my first time. So a big thing that I had been debating beforehand was whether I should drive or whether I should fly. Decided to drive, and here's the logic I had behind driving. A plane ticket was gonna cost like $300, $400. That's what it was like last time I went to Europe. So me and my brother, that would have been about $800 with like taxes, everything for a plane ticket. We get there, we gonna need to still get around a little bit because our hotel was about 15, 20 minutes away. So we'll need an Uber whenever we wanna go somewhere from the hotel. Plus I was thinking about a homie that I had that stayed in Houston. We would need to get over there. So I was like, I'm gonna drive. Mind you, I'm in Huntsville, Alabama, y'all. So that is a 11 and a half hour drive, 12 some hours with like, stops and stuff. So we drove. And I drive a lot for my job. So I wasn't tripping on driving, but it did take a lot of energy out of me. The trip there and the trip back, both those days was like just driving. Like when I got to my destination, I was like, very little was done after that. Like our first day down there, we get there, we go pick up our badges, and then we go get some food, and I'm done. Like as soon as I eat, I pass out. Next day's a con. Get up to leave at the end of the con weekend, 2 a.m. because I don't want to get stuck in traffic. I hate being stuck in traffic. Take the drive to the head, get back to Huntsville. Don't do nothing for the day. We out of here. So, with that being said, driving was not a bad experience. But I still ended up spending a ticket even driving. Gas wasn't too bad. For some reason, I need this explained, bro. I live in Alabama where like we're typically one of the lower, whatever it's called, cost of living like places. But our gas is more expensive than Texas gas. Like, is it because y'all got like oil there or something? I need to do some research on that, because it's not about a lot, but it's still the fact that like I'm near Houston, and the gas is cheaper the closer I get. So that happened. So we spending money on gas. I say we spend like $200 on gas, about what I expected. The thing that got me was the parking fees near the conference. And some people parked farther away and it was like a little bit cheaper. Basically, it was $100 a day. Because you there for a full day. Like Saturday, the longest day, you get there at 10 a.m. And if you stayed the whole time, which we did, we didn't leave. We left a little early, actually. We left around 9. But it closes at either close at 9 or 10. So you there for 10 to 12 hours, 10 hours minimum, 10 to 12 hours. So you paying $100 full day for parking. So you do that over 3 days. The last day's a half day. So spend about $250 on parking, a little bit more than that because I think the taxes or whatever. So that definitely saved me. So if you got some, I would say this: if for one, if your hotel is not in walking distance to the conference, and you have other things you want to do outside of the conference, like you're going to need to drive to them, I would definitely say if you're within driving distance, I would suggest it. And also if you're the person that doesn't mind driving. We took the drive, like, you know what I'm saying? I drove most of it. I'm not tripping about driving. It depends on who you are. But travel can be kind of expensive. Another thing that I definitely will keep in mind next time is the pickup options. So definitely get your badge mailed for sure. And if you do get it mailed, and I don't know how I did this, bro. I'm actually so mad at myself. I hit sign for the badge, and maybe I hit it and not really thinking about what that meant, thinking it was like, you know what I'm saying, like some type of insurance, because you do pay like $6 more to sign for it, and I wish I didn't. But I'm the type that like I have a like regular 9 to 5, so I'm not gonna be there when the mail comes in, and like it kind of comes randomly too. Like you'll forget, like, oh yeah, the badge is coming. So my badge got mailed here, and I didn't sign for it, so I had to end up going to get a replacement from the help desk when I got to the conference center. That's an extra. I think I paid $50 for both me and my brother's replacement badges. That's so I would say you definitely get it mailed to you ahead of time and do not have them sign for it unless you just know you're gonna be a big one. This is a big one that I will know next time I go to the conference. Make sure you RSVP for the events you really want to go to. Crucial. Now I will say you can get into events that are already booked up, but you will feel a lot more comfortable about getting into the ones you really want to go to if you RSVP months out. Like you need to have the Dreamcon app downloaded as soon as you buy your tickets months in advance and know you're going. You need to have the Dreamcon app and go ahead RSV as soon as it's available, because it will be booked up immediately. And they have all the coolest events. Every event that sounds really cool is gonna be up there. Like it's automatically known that like those ones are gonna get booked up. Like they had like a TED Talk with Issa Rae. They had a game show with like Mark, Jason Lewin, Senna, Playboy Max. Like the ones where like you'll see some more of like the more known creators, those type of ones are gonna get RSVP'd and booked up immediately. The final show, the closing ceremony, booked up immediately. I actually did squeeze in there. Shout out to my boy Andres. That got booked up immediately. That was lit. So a lot of those be like the most lit ones too. So you want to RSVP for those, and you also want to plan out what you really want to do. Because one thing I didn't get to do was like some of the what are they called, bro? The quests. Like some of the quests sounded cool. Like I wanted to do them, but in the midst of like everything going on, I just really didn't have the time to. We would drive by, be like, oh, we'll come back to it. Came back, it was closed already. So a lot of those quests and stuff, you want to like that you can get into the stuff that you really want to do, and you gotta plan out like, yo. And then, be flexible as you like going through stuff if you see something else you want to do. But it's so much that you definitely need a little plan, bro. You gotta look at that itinerary well before you go to the conference. That's something we didn't do. We kind of showed up, winged it, and had a great time. Don't get me wrong. But there were some more things that like we would have did if we was like not just winging it.
All in audio experience.